All right, these are our last set of notes for Pythagorean Theorem. And we're going to be talking about Pythagorean Theorem in 3 dimensions, which happens inside of rectangular prisms, or really what we use it for the most is a box. A box is a rectangular prism. Using a Pythagorean Theorem with a box lets us know the longest length in that box, the biggest thing that would fit. Okay, so you can use the Pythagorean Theorem in 3 dimensions to find the longest length of a rectangular prism. And then either use the Pythagorean Theorem twice, or you can square all of your height, length, and width and set it equal to c squared. All right, so I'm going to show you one of each method, and then you can choose which method you think is easiest. But I do want you to pause and go ahead and write this part down. Okay, I do think it'd be helpful if you could sketch a picture. This is a cube. The easiest way to draw a cube is to have 2 squares that overlap, like this, and then to connect the corners. Okay, that's going to be the easiest way for you to sketch this picture. And then we're trying to find this length from this back corner to this front lower corner. All right, so this cube is 5 inches. So that means its height, its width, and its length are all 5. Okay, which is all of these measurements we need to know. So any blue line is a 5. Then what happens here is I'm going to have 2 different right triangles. I have this one along the bottom, and then I also have one up and down here through the center. Okay, so what I need to do, this length here is 5, because it's one of our blue lengths. But I need to find the hypotenuse of this triangle, of the yellow triangle, and that ends up being a leg of the green triangle. So if we're going to start with the yellow triangle, I would do 5 squared plus 5 squared equals c squared. Okay, 5 squared is 25. 25 plus 25 is 50. And then you would square root. And get 7.1 for this dashed length here in the middle. So then you have 5 and 7.1 as legs for your green triangle. So we would do Pythagorean Theorem one more time for the green triangle, where we use 5 squared and 7.1 squared. Okay, 5 squared is 25. 7.1 squared should be 50. Okay, you might have some rounding error in that, so you get 50.41, but it started as 50, so it's 50 here. And then you have 75 equals c squared. And if you square root that, you get 8.7. So the very longest length in this box is 8.7 inches. So if you have something that is 8.7 inches long, it fits in a 5-inch box. All right, so that's really the biggest application of this. So we're going to do another one. Again, I would like you to sketch this picture. The easiest way to sketch it is to do 2 rectangles overlapping like we did for the cube, and then to connect your corners. Okay, that way it looks kind of 3D. So this time we have a rectangle. It's not a square, but these shorter lengths all up here are going to be 10 centimeters, and down here. And then the height is 20, so all these longer lengths are 20. The other method, so we just did the method where you use the Pythagorean Theorem twice. This time we're just going to use x squared plus y squared plus z squared equals c squared. So we'll start with that. Okay, so I have 10, 10, and 20. So I would do 10 squared plus 10 squared plus 20 squared equals c squared. So then I would have 100 plus 100 plus 400 equals c squared. And then 600 equals c squared. The square root of 600 is 24.5 centimeters. So this longest length right in here is 24.5 centimeters. So it's the longest length that could fit in this box. Okay. When you do this method, this part, this length, is this part in your formula. So if you wanted to find that, you would do the square root of 200, which is 14.1. So just FYI, and that's how these connect. So you can use this method, which I think most of you will choose because it's a little bit easier to do, or this method, but they're really the same thing. You're just doing this piece included in this formula. Okay, so that's how you do Pythagorean theorem when in 3 dimensions with rectangular prisms or boxes. And then your assignment for today is a worksheet, so raise your hand and I will get that to you.